Using images in your scenes in Vizrt is huge, and to achieve a certain look within your scene, it's all about the images that you're using. So when it comes to optimizing images within your scene, there are a couple of options that you can check out. Number one, the first thing being is that the smaller the image, the better. So if you have a small image as opposed to using a larger image, that's great. Another option is that Vizrt loves the square image. So anything that's like 128 by 128 or 64 by 64 generally is better than some type of oblong image. Once you do have your image within the scene tree, if you click on the image, it takes you into the texture editor. Within the texture editor, you have a couple of options. First, we have the quality setting here, which is set to bitmap by default. We can always change this to linear and or pixel. Now, when you change it to pixel, you'll notice a difference within the image, and the pixel setting requires less of the rendering time than the linear and or bitmap setting. Another option within the texture editor is what's called compression here, and by default, the compression is always set to none. We also have an option for DXT1, DXT3, and DXT5. DXT5 being DXT5, meaning it's compressing it the most. Now notice in my texture editor here, I have one image in my container, but I have two images up here in my texture editor. I have one green image here, and I also have a key channel image here. So these are two images both being rendered. We can combine them by this little box here, and if you click that little box, it will then prompt you to enter a new name. You can enter a new name, and here's that new image. You can just use that, and that's going to compress it a little bit more or be a little less rendering. So what winds up happening is that you can take out that key channel and just use this image here. Now also, if you're using an image that you think may be a little bit too big, or you want to scale it down a little bit, so for instance, if we click on this one, it's 598 by 268, and we want to make it smaller, you can certainly export it, go into Photoshop, make it smaller. However, you can just find the same image within Vizrt and double click it within the server to go into the editor here. We have an option within the editor to scale it down, so we can just size this down however big or small we need it. We can hit apply and do a save as and hit OK, and now we have that new image smaller in size, and when we replace it, you can see that it will now use up less memory.